The first time I saw the medical bill, I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I didn't know how else to react. I was a widower, my credit was ruined, and my daughter, Keisha, was sleeping in a bed at Children's Hospital in Detroit with a machine helping her breathe. Her heart had a valve defect. The surgeon said it was fixable. He said the word routine twice, like that was supposed to comfort me. Then, billing came in. Insurance called it out-of-network complications. The hospital called it patient responsibility. I called it a number I could never make in my life, even if I worked doubles at the plant until my spine folded in half. I sat beside Keisha's bed, holding her small hand, and remembered every stupid thing I'd ever said. I'd give my right arm for you, baby girl. Parents say things like that because they think love is poetry. It isn't. Love is math. It is a balance due. 3 nights later, I found the market. I won't say how. It took enough searching that I knew I was doing something I could never explain to a judge. Dark pages, onion links, dead forums, men selling kidneys in broken English, women offering eggs, somebody in Toledo selling corneas. Most posts looked fake, some looked too real. Then I found a buyer in Detroit. The listing was simple. Seeking healthy adult liver segment. Type O preferred. High compensation. Discreet extraction. Half up front, half after successful transfer. I stared at the words until my vision blurred. A liver grows back. I knew that from some documentary, or maybe I wanted to believe it so badly that my brain made it true. The number beside the listing was enough to pay Keisha's surgery, the hospital stay, the medications, and still leave money for 2 months of rent. I messaged them. They asked for blood type, age, medical history, recent photos, proof of identity. I sent everything before I could convince myself it was a bad idea. The reply came in under 10 minutes. Accepted. Half payment released. Confirm wallet. The Bitcoin hit my account the next morning. I converted enough to wire the hospital a deposit. When the billing woman called to confirm, her voice changed. People treat you differently when you can pay. The buyer sent the meetup location. An alley off Michigan Avenue, not far from the old train station. Midnight. I almost backed out 6 times. At 11:30, I kissed Keisha's forehead. She was asleep, cheeks pale under the monitor's green glow. "Daddy's fixing it," I whispered. The June air outside felt thick and dirty. Detroit at night is not empty. It watches you from busted windows and idling cars. Sirens moved somewhere far away. I parked 2 blocks from the alley and walked with my hood up, hands shaking in my pockets. The alley smelled like wet cardboard, old grease, and something sweet going bad. There was no van, no doctor, and no cooler full of ice. Just a figure standing under a fire escape. At first I thought it was a homeless man wrapped in trash bags. Then it moved into the dim light behind a restaurant, and I saw the skin. Not one skin, many. A patchwork of arms, stomach flesh, thighs and faces stretched over a shape too tall to be human. One shoulder was broad and dark. The other was narrow and white and stitched crooked. Its chest pulsed in sections, like separate hearts were inside it. Tubes ran under the surface of its body, squirming like worms. Fresh parts shone pink and wet. Older ones sagged grey-green. One hand was small, maybe a woman's. Another was swollen and rotting at the fingertips. Its head turned toward me. There were 3 eyes, none matching. I tried to run. It crossed the alley in one jump. The bite landed in my neck. Not a tearing bite, a precise one. Needle-like teeth slid into me from its mouth. Cold spread down my spine. My knees gave out, but I didn't hit the ground. It caught me with gentle hands. That was the worst part. I could see, I could hear, I could feel pressure, but not pain. My body had become an inanimate object. It laid me on the asphalt and opened me. It didn't carry tools, it grew them. Blades slid from the seams in its wrists. A clear tube uncoiled from beneath its ribs, pulsing softly. Then something wet and muscular slipped from its mouth. Not quite a tongue, not quite a hand, and pressed against my abdomen with the careful certainty of a surgeon. I wanted to scream for help. I wanted to beg it to stop. I wanted to tell it I changed my mind. My mouth hung open, useless. The creature worked with care. It cut below my ribs. It reached in. I felt tugging deep and wrong, like something rearranging my organs like furniture in a room. Warmth spread across my stomach, but the blood did not pour out. Whatever it had injected kept me alive, kept me awake. One of its eyes drooped from the socket and burst against its cheek. It ignored it. When it finished, it sealed me with a strip of something that looked like skin, but moved by itself. Then it leaned close. Its breath smelled like pennies and spoiled meat. Then it went through my pocket and took my phone. It used my thumb to unlock the screen. I heard my own voice copied perfectly. "Help! I need an ambulance," it said. "There's a man bleeding out. Alley near Michigan and 14th. Hurry!" Then it dropped my phone and dragged itself into the dark, heavier than before. I woke up in the hospital 2 days later. A nurse told me I was lucky. A passerby had found me. I had suffered severe trauma, but somehow the bleeding had been minimal. They asked if I remembered anything. I said no. Keisha's surgery was scheduled for Monday. That night, while a drainage tube ran from my side and police officers waited outside to ask more questions, my phone buzzed on the tray beside the bed. A wallet notification. The rest of the payment had been deposited. Below it was a message from the buyer. "Excellent match. Contact us again if you're interested in doing further business." I should have thrown the phone across the room. Instead, I looked at Keisha sleeping in the bed beside mine, alive because of what I had sold. Then I opened a search page with my left hand. You can live with one kidney. You can live without part of a lung. You can live without an eye. Because once you learn your body can be turned into money, every piece of it starts looking like a paycheck.